Man, what's going on?
What's going
Man,
on?
yes, sir.
Welcome to Bills United, episode number 5. Special edition, playoff ball. We're in a different stratosphere. We're breathing different air today. How's everybody feeling out there? Hey, yo, my boy Ki, how you feeling tonight, my brother?
Hey. First of all, let's get this established. It's playoff season, so do you know what that means? There's no room for mistakes. There's no room for excuses. Y'all had 18 weeks to get it together. So what I'm about to bring y'all today, not only gonna bring y'all energy, I'm gonna bring y'all facts. I'm gonna bring you concerns, and I'm gonna bring you exactly how I feel. Because guess what? I invested in this team 4 or 5 months of my life. Every year, I spend money on this team. So I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel, what we should be concerned about, what we should look forward to, and we gonna get to it, baby. What's up? What's up, Bafia?
You know what's up, man. I got some things on my mind. I got some things on my mind this evening, man. Because at the 3-hour and 55-second mark, I had somebody on Wednesday night say some blasphemous shit about me. And he had some nerve to call me out on his show and say that I was full of it. Now, I didn't know that it was against the law to make an argument that my boy Lamar Jackson, yes, I said it because he's a good player. My boy Lamar Jackson has an argument to be the MVP of the league. And I didn't think it was a crime to say that. But you know what, man? We're gonna say something about that today. Because I'm calling you out, brother. You want to talk about tribal combat? You want to talk about all that good stuff that was sell? My boy Joey Hatch, out to Joey Hatch. Want to talk about selling tickets and getting the belt? Well, you know what? I got a belt of my own, brother. And I can tell you, that
he's wasting his career.
It's clobbering time, buddy. You want to talk about
and it all starts from the quarterback. This
and I got something to say to you. When you were telling me at the beginning of the season, I had that same energy. I can tell you, I did have the same from 8 all the way to
really do.
And right now,
I will look forward
I can tell
to
you
disappointing
what I said in
each and
the
every
beginning
single
of the year.
It's not too late for you to come over to the Buffalo Bills bandwagon, my friend.
And,
it's not too late.
I'm sounding
because
like
you're in preschool, and no one's going to give you shit about open case. Okay, so there you go. Have a good day.
I said that Josh Allen had to play MVP ball
all you have
in
to
order
look
for you
forward to is
to actually
coming
get to
in,
the playoffs.
praying for the
Nobody knew
demise
that we
of
were going to be
fan
scoring
bases
30-some
of
points
the
a game.
same teams that you so
The
desperately
only thing I
wish
got wrong
you
was that Greg Rousseau was going to
So
be the
congratulations.
Now, everybody,
Good luck in
everything
your
else,
coloring
I was
book
pretty
homework,
much right.
and we will see you later.
So,
Mike, come in. How you doing? How many years now
at that
Bills
time?
not won a playoff game?
I want
24 plus
you
games.
more than
Because
free
we go
to go
ahead, do
talk in
whatever
the
we
comment
want.
section.
It's
Now
done.
it's my turn to
Dolphins
speak. Now I
fans
got the
already
mic,
know.
and
Dan
now I'm
Dark
dropping the
humor is
mic.
menacing. Get Shula from the dead.
So,
Listen,
little
y'all
drop
already
of combat, brother. You know
I
where
said
to
y'all
find
already
me.
know what this is all
You know where to find me. We right
Some
here.
dark humor every now
But
and
it's
again.
Bills
You know
United.
this channel
So
is all
you
good.
feel more than free
I'm
to
sorry
comment in the
if
comment
offended any of the
section. Now
songs.
feel more than free to answer it.
But if so,
But let's back to our
on
regular
TRT,
schedule programming,
baby,
brother.
because you'll find it
What you got in
funny.
store for
Even
us?
Tyreek wants to.
First of all,
I was just kidding.
let's get to the meat and potatoes. We ain't finna sugarcoat anything. Let's get to the Bills versus Broncos preview.
Yes, sir.
Right. So all around social media on these major networks, a lot of analysts, so-called analysts, have the Broncos upsetting the Bills. They said the Bills is on upset alert. Like there's not there's not 5 other games going on. Why are we on upset alert? Are y'all trying to hype this game up to be something that the average fan, the average NFL watcher know what's really gonna happen? Hold on, yo, HB. Remember that video you sent me? I want you to talk about that video that you had sent me about the Broncos cheering. Like, how you feel about that?
You know what, man? It pissed me off in the beginning because if I was playing for the Bills, I can tell you straight up that I'm fired up. And that's the first. If I was the head coach of the Buffalo Bills right now, I would be putting that on the bulletin board on Monday morning. I would be putting that on the bulletin board Monday morning, and everybody should be off their seat and sitting down. All right, remember that one scene in the Longest Yard when they were messing around and then they really got down to the crux. All right, play number 1. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna put that on play. And then we're going to be like, okay, you know what? Now everybody get the pen to paper, and now we're going to really find out how we're going to destroy this team come Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. So that's how I feel. I feel like it's going to be gangsters moving in silence on Sunday.
See, I definitely agree. You know why? Because what's one of the biggest things about life in general? You know what that is? About being humble. When you winning, you must be humble. You feel me? So we talk about a team who haven't been to the playoffs since Peyton Manning had won the Super Bowl in Denver. Do you know how long ago was that? I think I was still in high school. I was still in high school the last time y'all been to the playoffs. Not only that, y'all had 14 quarterbacks since the last time y'all was in the playoffs. Hold on. Let's get this established for real quick. Let's get this established. The only reason why y'all are even in the playoffs is because y'all played a Kansas City team who wasn't even trying. They even have their starters in. So guess what? Y'all are even lucky to even be here. And for y'all to talk about, we want the Bills. Do you not know the Bills been the top 2 to 3 team the past 4 years? Do y'all know what y'all are asking for? Do y'all not know what quarterback, what coach, what defense or offense that y'all are about to face this year?
I don't think they understand. I don't think they understand what they asked for, but I think they need to check their cups. Whoever was streaming that, they need to check their cups, man. Cause beer and straight alcohol, man, it's just one hell of a thing during the games, man. I don't know how much they was consuming, man, because they were drunk asking for something like that. You asking for the MVP? Listen, I love the story. I'm an Auburn fan. Bo Nix, former Auburn football player, went to Oregon. Wasn't a big fan of him until went to Oregon. And rookie year, playing good, the whole 9. It was a good story. Now, take your ass home, study up what you did wrong, and then come back next year. You'll be all right. But you're not. What I hated this week was that they literally sat there and they made us feel like we were the underdog the whole week, and we were the upset of the week. Nobody ever looked at Green Bay, the Eagles in this wild card weekend. Nobody thought about that being a surprise upset of the weekend. Oh, what about the Steelers and the Ravens? Was they flower out? Nobody ever thought about how much Derrick Henry's gonna have to get punished in order to just get them to win that game. How much they gotta rely on Rashad Bateman? How much they gotta rely on Mark Andrews that's been, like I said, just wide open because of everybody else getting all the attention. Nobody's thinking about that. So I think that we got to put respect on our name.
I'm about to say, but not only that, you know what else they not thinking is about how these matchups is going to happen. What do you mean by that? Okay, yeah, everybody overhyping Bo Nix. Okay, yeah, he done good. Yeah, he's like a 6-year senior. He like the oldest rookie in a long time that we had in the league. He got experience. But guess what? The NFL playoff experience is different from a national championship. It's different from the Final 4, Final 16. Whatever he been through is not even going to match up. You finna come to Buffalo, where it is cold, where no team want to play. Don't no team want to come here in the playoffs?
No, not at all.
Honestly, as a fan, I don't even want to be there as a fan because how cold it is. So I can only imagine how they feel.
Yeah.
As football players. And then not only that, you know what? I'm about to break it down to you. Because guess what? Since these major media networks not gonna humble y'all, let's bring up these numbers. It's time to humble a team that's not even supposed to be here. Y'all should be happy. Yeah, y'all should be grateful. So let's get this started, right? Offer it. Let's talk statistics. Let's talk rankings. Because I'm finna go offense for offense. Because clearly the only way that they're gonna beat us is not from defense, it's from putting more points on the board than us, right? So the only way you're gonna beat us is by putting up more points. So let's go offense to offense. All right. For one, the Denver Broncos ranks 3rd in the lead, right? In points allowed. Okay. So this little defense, okay. They allow 18.3, right? And the Bills average 30.9 points per game, and that's ranked 2nd. So this team that allows 18.3, and they played nothing but scrubs all year. They beat one playoff team all year. And guess who that was? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Granted, so
and they weren't even fully healthy. And y'all lost to a playoff team that was even fully healthy. I mean, y'all beat one team in the playoffs that was even fully healthy, and y'all struggled. It wasn't even like y'all even destroyed them or blew them out. So let's get that established, right? Number 2, let's think about it. Okay, the Denver Broncos offense rank is 10th, right? So they average 25 points per game. Kudos to y'all. Y'all play nothing but bums, right? And y'all score 47 touchdowns. It sounds like a lot, but when I show you the Bills number on offense, you can be like, wow, it's a big difference, right? Now check this out. They average 25 points. The Bills average 30.9. And that's ranked 2nd in the NFL. So we average almost double the amount of points that y'all allow on bum teams. We average double that y'all allow while y'all play bum teams, right? And guess what? Y'all got 47 touchdowns of the year. We got 65. Big difference. Not only that, Josh Allen he didn't play 11 quarters. That's almost equivalent to 3 games. So that 65 could be 73 real quick. So let's get that established, right? Let's talk about this rushing game because this is what I'm hearing. Oh, the Bills can't stop the run. Do y'all not know what Denver run game bring to this? Bring into this game this week? If not, let me break this down to you, right? Denver Broncos produce 112 rushing yards per game. That's ranked 16th. Yeah, in the middle of the pack. Your leading rusher is Williams with 532 rushing yards. Y'all don't even have a running back with 600 rushing yards? And y'all are a threat to us? What are we scared of in your backfield? You can't even put up 600 points against teams like the Panthers. 600 yards like teams against like the Panthers, the Raiders. Y'all played at the bottom of the bottom. Y'all don't even have a 600-yard rusher. All right, you know what? That's just a little point, right? And y'all, guess how many rushing touchdowns they have for the year, big dog? I want you to guess.
10.
They have 12.
Oh, okay.
They are tied 24th. They are tied 24th in the league with the Miami Dolphins.
No, one of our running backs got 15 alone.
One running back have more rushing yards.
And you really want to think that I should be scared? You really think I should be scared?
And they use 2 to 3 running backs just like we do. And one of our running backs have more touchdowns than all 3 of your running backs combined and more yards. Okay, They not talking about that. But we finna humble y'all and let y'all know that y'all not what they saying that y'all are. Y'all are very sorry, right? So now, let's talk about the Bills rushing yards, right? Hold on. Before I even go to the Bills, let's talk about their defense. Do you know that they defense give up 100 rushing yards a game? No. I mean, they give up 131 rushing yards per game. Guess how much the Bills average? The Bills produce 131.2 rushing yards per game. So what y'all give up, we produce on a regular basis against caliber teams.
Oh,
so imagine.
And not to mention,
go ahead.
We've been on autopilot for about a month.
We've been chilling.
So all the pressure that we had last year when we had to go 5 in a row and we had to put up a staggering number just to get to the playoffs, we don't have that pressure anymore. So all of it was out the window. Come November, we already set. So we weren't worried about anything. So we've been working with what we had and basically going on autopilot. And we're not just saying it because we want to say it. Because it comes out, Josh Allen said it himself. We're playing Bland versus New England. And I'm pretty sure that we have, because I was getting the same notion. We didn't play Bland just against New England. We played Bland against plenty of teams. Once we had games handled already. So just to think how much we got left in the barrel for the playoffs, it almost scares me.
And also, too, let's just bring this up, right? We the only team that beat the Chiefs, right? If you go back to that game, look how bland we played. We beat them.
We beat the real Chiefs. The real Chiefs, not the Carson Wentz Chiefs. Because then we don't have the marks out there going, oh yeah, no, they beat them too now. Like no. They beat the Water Boy and they beat a couple guys in disguise as Chiefs players.
You feel me? Because guess what? The plays that we use on them, you use on man. You feel me? You can call out the plays that we used to beat the Chiefs.
Oh yeah,
at their best, and we dominated them.
They do that game.
We dominated them. We dominated the Chiefs. It was even close. If you actually watched the game, it was even close, right? So now with that being said, right? So the Denver are ranked 16th in rushing yards, right? The Bills are ranked 9th. But not only that, right? The Broncos have 12 touchdowns this year rushing. The Bills got 32. We average 3 times the amount of touchdowns than y'all do, and we are ranked first in rushing touchdowns. Y'all are in trouble. I don't care how good your defensive line is. Y'all haven't won against an offense like us. We are number 2 in the offense.
Let me tell you this, Ken. Okay.
Cook up, big dog.
Now, with the stats that you just spewed out, right?
Yep.
This game, in all intents and purposes, it's over. It's over. All right, man? Sean McDermott is undefeated against rookie quarterbacks.
Bring it out.
Right? Bo Nix had to stay in college football, and I'm going to be quite frank for you, 5 years. Because he was so bad the first 2 that he had to make up for the last 2. So he really played 3 years of real ball, significant ball in Oregon, all right? He came in, Sean Payton. Sean Payton is a great coach, not a good coach, a great coach. He had the circumstances that you don't want as a head coach in the Saints, and it made him look like he didn't know anything. Took some time off of football. Now he's with Bo Nix, a guy that he picked himself that has now been cooking this whole year with nothing but Marvin Mims. Cortland Sutton is not going to run by you, and a host of mid players, guys that you would see on a second unit on other teams. So kudos to him, but this game is over.
So
it's over.
Let me add on to that, right? This for all you Denver Bronco fans. Let me add on to that, right? You talk about Sean Payton. Do you know Sean Payton is going to be the reason why they lose this game as well? Oh, why would you say that? He got playoff experience. He won a Super Bowl, this, that, there, right? So during the Sean Payton tenure, while he was the Saints head coach, right? He had Reggie Bush, correct? And he had I think it was from from Alabama. I can't remember the other running back name. Mark Ingram, right? 2 running backs, right?
He had Pierre Thomas.
So Pierre Thomas. But did you notice that during most of them years, Drew Brees was averaging 4,000 to 5,000 passing yards? Do you know why? Because Sean Payton don't like to run the ball. He's a passing quarterback. I mean, he's a passing head coach. You finna go against one of the you going against the top team, number 1 ranked in turnover ratio at that. Yeah, come past that ball, because guess what? If you actually look throughout the games, why do you think Williams only got 513 yards? Because if Sean Payton can't run the ball in the first quarter, he run away from it every time. Watch their games. If we stop that run game in the first quarter, it's going to be nothing but a passing game, and guess what? And that's not what they want to do against us. We fully healthy.
No.
Our linebackers fully healthy, so guess what? That middle going to be shut down. We got Rasul Douglas. We got Christian Benford, one of the he been snubbed from the Pro Bowl, let's be honest. He's a lockdown cornerback.
I came into this podcast, and I thought that it was gonna be something where we could talk about how this is gonna be a matchup. And as we're studying this stuff and as we're looking at it, what did we both say to each other once we looked at it? We said, "Man, this is a mismatch. This is a mismatch
all the way."
And I just feel like, yes, it's a good team. It's a good team with young talent. It's gonna have promise established. It reminds me almost of when the Bills just started getting good players, and they were young, they were competitive, they had a promising coach. But this team has a good coach, great coach that's already been established in the league, that knows how to work with a good quarterback. He handpicked a young quarterback that has a lot of promise, that has played a lot of football. It's not underestimated against anybody, but it's playing, quite frankly, with not the greatest receivers, and he's playing with no running backs. So I really don't. I'm not trying to overlook this team, but we're well-rounded compared to that team. So when I say that they're trash, I'm not saying they're trash compared to other teams in the league like the Raiders, Giants. No, those are dumpster fires. But come to the playoffs, this team is on the bottom tier of teams that are good stories, that they have good standpoints, and now next year they have something to build off. So again, you're coming into Buffalo. It's cold weather, and Bo Nix better pray that it don't snow. I know it's not going to snow. There's no forecast. There's no snow or anything like that. He's never played a snow game in his life. It's real cold here. It's not Denver cold. I had somebody earlier in the week, because I got some things I gotta say. I had somebody earlier in the week tell me that Denver is cold as well, just like Buffalo. You know what I'm talking about. Now, Buffalo cold is way different than Denver cold. People wear sweaters in Denver. Here, you gotta wear 3 sweaters just to go take out the garbage. Okay, and my garbage is about 30 feet. So when you want to tell me about some Buffalo is the same cold as Denver, I don't want what you want, dog. Because that's just not that it's not true. So So let's move on to what people really want.
So before we move on, man, hey man, I just want to shout out to my boy Adrian, man, for tuning in. Shout out to Mafia Talk for tuning in on YouTube. Hey man, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. Hey man, also too, man, thank you for all the people who've been subscribing to us lately, man. Hey man, we appreciate y'all, man. Because guess what? We here for y'all. We can't do none of this without y'all, man. So thank you, man. We're here to inform y'all. But now with that being said, it's time to cook. No, I'm gonna give you the honors of cooking. You go first. Cause you gonna cook. But I'm gonna put the oil in a pot.
All right, yeah. See. So I'm gonna pull out the Crisco, man, because my concerns is the pass rush. Okay, now it's either a team that's leading the league in sacks is gonna have their way with us by halftime, and then we're gonna have to adjust. So my concerns is a slow start. We have a slow start, and then we have to adjust to a team that's actually really talented. Another thing I have a concern with is our wide receiver core. Patrick Surtain. There's one quote that Bill Belichick used to say about the boy, Ed Reed. 2/3 of the world is covered by water. The other third is covered by Ed Reed. Now, on that defense, Patrick Surtain is that boy. He's on the come up for being Defensive Player of the Year. Much respect to him. Also is second in the league, or second on his team in penalties. 11 penalties for him on the year. Now, do I see a lot of flags in this game? Yes. That's another concern I have in this game, slowing the game down. Because once this game starts revving up, and then the game starts getting slowed down by the flags and everything, teams tend to lose their momentum. I just hope that we are not the team that loses our momentum. Then again, we're talking about playoff Josh, and we're talking about a team that's hungry to bring a Lombardi home to Buffalo. So I'm not very concerned on an offensive perspective. Mine is more the defensive perspective. Are we gonna let Bo Nix run all over us like he's been doing to other teams? Or do we have something that I've been trying to call out since we started this series, okay? We cannot run 4 across in the playoffs like we have been all season long and expect us to get to the Lombardi. We have to start mixing it up. Bobby Babich has to start doing more stub moves, more things at the line, bring in one more extra person. Second half adjustments have been great this year, but we need to bring in a blitzer. We need to become more aggressive, and that hasn't really been the identity for us this season. So my concern is, are we going to stay conservative for yet another game? But we're in the playoffs now. There's no reason to be conservative in any way, shape, or form. So how are we going to upgrade our defense to what we've been seeing all year from them? What are we going to bring to the table this time? You know?
Now, most definitely agree. So now, with that being said, bro, I'm about to tell you a few of my concerns. No, well, let me get some of this water because I'm gonna need it. So I'm about to go on a rant. Hold on, because I'm about to bring up something that's a problem that we've been having throughout the whole entire season, but people is overlooking it because we winning. All because we winning doesn't mean that we don't have holes in this team. Doesn't mean that we don't like certain spots in this team.
Every team has.
So I actually have a few. So this is one of my biggest ones. Sean McDermott. Oh, Sean McDermott, we 13-4. Why would you say that? Let me break it down to you. Come and listen to me, right? Sean McDermott, right? One of my biggest pet peeves about Sean McDermott, he do a year in and year out. This is just not 2024 year. This is since he's been here. You know what it is? You are swapping out your defensive line. And when you swap out your defensive line, that means nobody can catch a rhythm. And that's why I be like, yo, why A. Oliver ain't showing up? Why Von Miller not showing up? Why Greg Russo not showing up? It's because they out every 2 plays. You can't catch a rhythm when you taking your best players out the game every two plays. Do you see the Chiefs doing that with Chris Jones? Do you see any other team swapping out their best players during the same drive every 2 plays? No, you don't. You don't see that. And that's why our defensive line don't show up in the playoffs, because you're not giving them time to catch a rhythm, to understand what's really going on with their offensive line. Like, how is this team actually guarding us? It is confusion, and I am sick of it. Keep your best players on the field during the playoffs. That's why you switch them in and out throughout the regular season so you can see who played best. That's the point of it. You don't bring that shit into the playoffs. I don't got time for that no more. I'm sick of everybody. Oh, we gotta upgrade the defensive line. No, we don't. We got a whole bunch of dogs on this defensive line. We have dogs, but they're not showing up because they're not on the field long enough. And I am sick of it. Pay attention to what's actually going on with his defensive scheme, and it is sorry. Something else I want to bring up. Bend and break mentality. Now I'm about to break this down. I'm about to break this down to y'all because I feel like, oh, we bend and break. Yeah, we this, that, third. We get turnovers. We still win it. No. I'm about to cut this in the bud. Do you know what bend and break don't mean? I mean, do you know what bend and break mean? Oh, we are willing to give up the run game instead of a big play over our secondary. Let me break this down to you. Bend and don't break. We are the weakest when it comes to run defense. So why are you willing to give up the run, and which is our weakness as a defense, compared to giving them instead of making them pass against us where we are strong at? Make it make sense. That's why every time we play a team that can run on us, we can't manage, or we look like we never played defense a day in our lives. So why is you giving up your weakness? This bend and break mentality is the same reason why the Kansas City Chiefs is killing us every year in the playoffs. It's the same reason why we lost 13 seconds. It's the same reason why the Cincinnati Bengals came here in 2021 and blew us out at home. This is the same exact reason. Y'all need to realize this. This bend and break mentality is not what the fuck we need on this team. It's our kryptonite in the playoffs. I don't care what they do in the regular season. In the playoffs, this bend and break don't show up. We don't get turnovers. We don't stop the run game. This bend and break mentality has to go. Another one of my concerns is special teams. We have the most sorriest special teams that I have seen from any team in the league within the last 4 years. How many kick returns have we had? Can you tell me? I don't even remember one. When we had a kick return against the Patriots after Damar Hamlin had died and came back. That's the only kick return I remember. What? I'm not playing. I don't care. I'm going to say what I got to say. Punt return. When the last time we had a punt return? I don't even know what a punt return is unless I'm looking on the highlights of another team. Hold on. What about missed field goals? We miss field goals every other game. But guess what? We overlook it because we all win it. I don't care about winning because guess what? In the playoffs, we're not blowing nobody out by 30. We're not blowing nobody out by 20. We're playing the best of the best. One field goal could be the difference between you, me, the fans, and the whole Buffalo Bills going home. And we sitting down on the couch watching the other teams play for the Super Bowl, for the Lombardi. This special teams is sorry. Tyler Bass is sorry. And guess what? If we lose this playoff game due to the special teams, there's going to be a problem. I will come on here. I will make a fool of myself in this organization.
You just hit the nail on the coffin, okay? If that were to happen, that would be worse than Scott Norwood's kick in the Super Bowl. The reason why I say that, I know Wide Right went national in the 90s. Dude, this is the first round of MVP Josh Allen. So you're looking at a year that's so special. If you were to break it down to Tyler Bass, he's getting cut the next day. Get him out the door. Get him out the door. He needs that pressure. Somebody needs to tell him that he has to make these kicks. If Chris Boswell is getting sweated by James Harrison, telling him, listen, dude, if you miss this kick, you're going to be rubbing my back in the shower, brother. If you getting that type of pressure, somebody better be telling Tyler Bass that same thing. Because we're not here to lose, dude. We've been doing it for years. We've been losing for years. Years. Dude, this is the 30th year that we haven't gotten to the Big Dance. Since 96. We haven't gotten to the Big Dance. I was born in May. 3 months before. We haven't been to the Big Dance since. So this has got to be the most pressure that man has had to go through in the last 4 years of his career with the Buffalo Bills. Tyler Bass. So he better show up. You're damn right. He better show up. I don't want to hear no. Our special teams as a whole. No. Listen, I'm talking about Tyler Bass, the guy that makes the points, the guy that gets 3, because he's one of the guys I'm going to get into a little later in the show.
Oh no, definitely.
But it means a lot. It means a lot.
I have 2 more concerns, but let me just add on to this Tyler Bass guy. That I forgot who was so bad because we've been winning. Do you not know if he didn't miss the extra point and a field goal against Detroit, we would have put up 50? Do you not know if he would not miss the field goal against what's his name? Oh, the Rams, we would have won that game? Do y'all not know that we've been blowing teams out even against the Jaguars? When he blew them out, he missed the extra point. I think he lead the league in extra point misses. Yeah.
Him or Justin Tuck. I don't know which one is worse this year. I don't know which one is worse this year.
You can fact check me, but I'm tight sure he top 5. I'm really sure about that. So now let me get to. I have 2 more concerns. Joe Brady. Why would Joe Brady be an issue? Let me tell you why. Do you remember us playing the Ravens and we got blown out?
Oh yeah.
Don't you remember when we play what's their name? Houston and we lost?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you remember when we played the Rams and we lost? Right. So what do Joe Brady have to do with that? Everything. Yeah, even though the Rams was coming back, it was enough time, and we started slow. Right. So one thing that you know about Joe Brady, every time that we play from behind, we lose our identity. He don't even have an identity no more. He just throw anything out there. Pass, run, pass, run, pass, run. He don't know what to do. Our whole scheme, our whole offensive scheme, our whole identity go out the window. We panic. He panic. That is a big concern for me. And that's why I agree with you when he was like, we need to start with a fast start, because if we playing from behind, we in trouble. I don't care if it's the first 3 minutes of the game. If they score a touchdown the first 3 minutes of the game, we in trouble. Because Joe Brady has showed us time after time, even last year, even though he got a winning record as an offensive coordinator, the times when we lose, he have a hard time coming back. His play calling go out the window. We trying to play and do anything. That's our problem. So that's one of my concerns. And my last concern, no, 2 more, is Josh Allen. Do not put Josh Allen in a predicament to where he have to become Superman. We don't need Superman, especially against this team. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm saying that humbly. We don't need Superman. This game should be easy. Not easy as in like we're gonna just blow them out, not like that, but it should be easy enough to where we chilling, we cruising.
It should be easy enough. It should be easy enough to where they're one-dimensional.
One-dimensional.
They should only have to pass the ball in this game. Because I don't want to hear this crap about anybody could run the ball on us, okay? Because can't just nobody just run not everybody can run the ball on us, okay?
Agree.
Premier backs are the ones that actually get good yardage out of us, okay? So guys like Kyron Williams, Derrick Henry, guys like that are the guys that we really are concerned about in this league and this year. So I wasn't really worried when we had to face Laughlin and Williams. Williams is coming off bad knees, man. That guy can't hurdle.
Oh yeah.
That guy's he's done. He's done.
And I say my last concern because it's the best one. Because I'm about to go off. Hey man, before I go off, man, shout out to Jared, man. Yo, I appreciate you tuning in on Facebook, man. I appreciate you commenting. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, this is my last concern. You know who it is, bro? It's 2 players. Von Miller and Ed Oliver. It's time to cook. Von Miller, you see me? I hope you come across this live. This better be your last year here. Because right now, I'm on you. Because first of all, you haven't put in no work all year. What you mean? Yeah, I seen you pressure the quarterback, but are you getting to him? That's what really matters. I don't care about pressure. We can pressure quarterbacks all day, but as long as you're not getting them sacks, it don't matter. Because you're not really affecting the game like we think you are. Number 2, guess what? When you had that 1 point, if I'm not mistaken, 1.5 million, when he got that suck off the Patriots, and they took him off the field, he got 1.5 million. I thought you was vintage Von Miller, how fast you flew in there. You got out of there in the first drive.
Yeah.
Where is this Von Miller at on a regular basis? Because guess what? I seen plays when a quarterback run past you and you stop running. You started jogging. You ain't chasing him down. You give up on plays. I don't care about you being an old big dog. I'm old too. What's up? I go out there and put a better effort into you. You are a 1%er on this planet when it comes to football, and you playing the way that you playing. If you gonna give up on plays, get off our team. Bottom line, I don't care. Get off this team. Get off our roster. We can fill that spot up with somebody else who actually hungry or who want to play for this team to get a Lombardi. And it's not wasting our money because we don't got enough money to spend anyways, especially on you. Let's get that straight. Number 2, Ed Oliver. My God, I'm mad that we even paid you. I don't even like the fact that we paid you because guess what? You only show up against the Patriots. You only show up against the Jets. You only show up against bottom feeders. I have never seen you show up in the playoffs. I have never seen this man show up to the playoffs. That's like us playing Tua. It's the same thing. I need to see you show up. I need to see you be the man. I need to show me that you're worth the money we paid you. Because how I feel, you shouldn't even be here. We wasting our time, our talent, and a roster spot on you. So when Sunday come, I better hear your name 5 times. Because you're one of the highest paid defensive linemen on this team. Probably top 3, let's be honest. I need to hear your name. Because the fact that I hear your name against garbage teams and nobody major is a problem for me. Well, you got anything to say about that, big dog?
I hope that he hears this because this is a tough love that he needs. I know that Ed Oliver is paid. I know that that's something that he don't got to worry about. But let me tell you something, man. He relies on the one-on-one matchups against the guards or the centers, however he's lined up in the formation. Now, you and I have gone over this year. And Jordan Phillips and Daquan Jones, those are the guys that he relies on to get the two-on-one matchup with them. So that way he only has to deal with one guard. And if he only has one guard, he's getting loose. Because just like Zach Allen on the Denver Broncos, when he has one-on-one, he's almost unstoppable. And everybody knows that by now. He's been in the league for a while already. He's an undersized lineman. Interior guys know that. So they know how to get to him. They know how to make him a non-factor in the game. So he needs to establish his presence. He needs to stop taking a back seat to the linebackers and stop containing and go back there and go get the damn quarterback. Because it's the playoffs. This is not the regular season. You're not padding your stats because stats don't matter at this point. Everybody's at a clean slate. That's why there's a difference between regular season stats and playoff stats. Now, you said something about Von Miller, okay? And this is a full circle moment for him, right? Guy put up an interesting photo of him having another man shooting with tears coming out his eyes. And it is an interesting post, man. Because I gotta call you out, Mr. Carlton Banks. All right? I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this Family Matters looking dude coming up here, acting like, bro, yo, listen, man. I'm so tired of this dude coming up small the whole year. And people are convinced to the point where he played so bad that there are people convinced. I think they're praying that he saved all that for the playoffs. I'm praying that too. I'm a real strong believer in prayer, man. But when are we gonna stop hiding the sun with our hand and telling ourselves that it's dark outside? Dude, this guy is washed. This guy's washed. This guy's jogging on plays. He's jogging on meaningful plays behind the players that you're trying to get. He's literally jogging.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, but I just don't see him being as much of a factor as they're putting him out to be. I hope he gets a sack, but I don't think that he's going to be as much of a factor as a guy like Greg Rousseau, as a guy like AJ Epinesa. Him in the playoffs, he shows up in the playoffs. Guys like him in third down, they show up in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
So that's something that I want to take note of, and I want people to see that matchup for the tackles, him and Epinesa. Epinesa on the edge is going to be vital in this game too.
I 100% agree. So instead of our concerns, bro, I want to get to this. I want you to cook first because, okay, I think that people need to hear some good things about the Bills because we already told y'all the bad. So let's bring up the good things about this team. What are your keys to victory? How can we win this game? And What path should we take when it comes to this game on how we should win this game? What you say?
I think that for us to win this game, I think that we should continue to rely on the running backs in order for us to win this game. I think that Josh Allen, like you said, doesn't have to be Superman in this game. I think that once you bring 5 in on defense, which the Broncos love to do, they have a really good 5-man front. It's not 4-man. They like to bring an extra man in. That's why they come out really wide. Nick Bonito comes out really wide. So I think that you bring 5 in. I think you let the running backs cook. You dump the ball off to the running backs, just how we did versus Detroit, and then you win that way. And if that's what they're giving you, you take what you get. So I just think it's a take what you get type of game. I think that you let them come to you, and then you adjust to it. There's 2 halves to football. So let them come with whatever they got going on in the first half, whether we get the ball or not. We try to get the lead early. That's the second one, getting the lead early, coming into the half with at least a 10-point lead in order to take control of this game completely, to put it on autopilot and just let the crowd go crazy and let us go into a frenzy going into the second round. Because next week, have us get into next week, hopefully, God willing, and it'll be a scary coming down the line for the next team coming up in Buffalo. Because if we can win with less, I think that it's a good recipe for the next round, because that would then unlock another part of our offense that we didn't even have to use. So I think that having everybody healthy this time around, this is probably the healthiest I've ever seen a Buffalo Bills team in the last 4 years. Since COVID, I don't remember a time we were so healthy. We literally rotted out by the AFC Championship game, which is honestly why we weren't that competitive. So I think that the keys to victory is run the ball effectively, let the pass rush come to you, and let the running backs just dump it off and get the lead by halftime.
And I want to add on to what you said, because I feel like you brought up a beautiful point. You was like, oh, this is the healthiest our defense have been. Do you not know that now there's no excuses? Because guess why everybody say we lost the past few years in the playoffs? Because our defense wasn't healthy. Oh, we ain't had Matt Milano. Oh, Terrell Bernard was somewhat injured. There's no excuses now. So what's up? So let's get that established, because guess what? One thing I don't want to hear about is injuries. I don't want to hear about Sean McDermott, because guess what? Sean McDermott not on that field. These players are execution. I don't care what he play. It's about execution at the end of the day now. I don't want to hear no excuses, because at the end of the day, it's go hard or go home. And guess what? If we lose this shit, I have no excuses. Because what excuses can I bring to the table? Because if I bring excuses, it sounds like I'm being a biased fan. I'm not a biased fan. We lost fair, straight, and we lost healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we went out. And guess what? I don't want to get there. But if we do, it is what it is. And that means there's a problem in this coaching staff somewhere. And which we won't get to that in the future if we do lose, right? So now, my keys to victory, I actually have a few. I'm gonna quickly go through them. Get the offense rolling early. I think you said something about that earlier. That's one of our biggest downfalls. Yes, the Bills are one of the best teams when it comes to second half adjustments, but we are one of the worst teams when it comes to starting off on fire.
Yeah,
getting the wheels rolling. If we could get the wheels rolling early, this game could be over as early as the second quarter, in the middle of the second quarter. If these wheels could get, this game could be over within the second quarter, right? My second keys to victory: don't force the ball, Josh Allen. This team is not they front line is good, but they secondary is sorry. Outside of Patrick Surtain, they secondary is sorry. Don't force the ball. This is not a team to force the ball on. This team is not ready for what we're gonna bring on this offense. Be smart, be patient, read the defense, and you go at them. Bottom line. My third key to victory is that Oliver and Von Miller. I'm not asking much for y'all. Just show up. Do what y'all been showing us for years. Just show up. That's all I ask for. Bring another level to this defensive line. It's the playoffs. Show us why we paying y'all, and show us why I deserve more money. Show up. My next key to victory, Tyler Bass. It's simple. Make your kicks. Just make the kick. You got one job. You practice kicks all week. You're not getting hit, nor is you tackling. Just make the kick. And my last one is neutralize Patrick Surtain. Oh, Surtain. Oh, Patrick, this, that, third, this, that, third. But guess what? We have Patrick Surtain kryptonite. And what is that? We don't have a number one receiver. What does that mean? Oh, okay. I'm gonna check Amari Cooper, but guess what? Amari Cooper averaged 2 to 3 passes a game, if that. We can spread the ball. So Patrick Surtain don't know who to guard. They don't know who to put him on because guess what? Any given game, it could be any given receiver. Mac Hollins is our leading touchdown receiver. Do y'all think they're gonna put Patrick Surtain on Mac Hollins? Just be honest. Is they gonna put him on Keon Coleman? No, they're not. He either gonna be on Kincaid or Amari Cooper. As long as we can neutralize him, this secondary is pretty much fried, right? So that's what I have for my keys to victory. So now let's cook up one-on-one matchups. What you got for me, big boy?
All right, man. I think Garrett Bowles, offensive tackle, against Von Miller. That's one of the big matchups that I got on the outside. I think that him and Greg Rousseau are gonna be two guys that we got to key on in this game. As far as the pass rush is concerned on our side, going to Bo Nix, how are we gonna contain him? And how are we going to get to him? Because he's very mobile, too. Now, we can't neglect that he's got some legs on him. So how are they going to respond to that? How are they going to be able to contain him? So Garrett Bowles, he actually leads his team in penalties. So he's got 12. Second is Patrick Surtain on defense. So how are they going to – between false starts and holdings, he leads his offensive line and his team in penalties. So how is he going to respond to a guy that I'm praying held back all season and is coming full swing on him? And how is Greg Rousseau gonna respond? He's looking for money, right? I mean, are we still forgetting that he's looking to get an extension at some point? You gotta show up. Or we not gonna pay you. We could save money by grabbing somebody else, as you said before, to go do the same thing that you're doing. Von Miller, the same thing, same smoke for you, buddy. If you want to keep playing here, which I hope that, honestly, I hope that you don't. You cost way too much damn money for what you're doing, man. I'm sorry, but you cost way too much damn money. Go get your ring with us, and then go about your way. That's what he's waiting for. So let's go. Today we got 4 games. We got 4 games to prove that we are the best team in the United States of America. Little old Buffalo, Queen City. You got 4 games to prove it. You want to be the first player to get 3 Super Bowl rings with 3 different teams? I suggest you show up in every freaking game that you show up to this year. I hope that you had that fire in your belly when you signed with us in order for you to get that ring and bring it here to celebrate here and see how we really get down in Buffalo. So when you come to this game, you better come with that fire. And you better come with something to prove against your former team that you've been tweeting about all week, that you've been on Instagram all week, the people have been on ESPN, on Fox, wherever they've been talking about you. They've been hyping this thing up. You better show the hell up, and you better execute against your former team. The next thing that I got for you, Nick Bonito versus both of our offensive tackles. Now that's going to be something to watch because all season matchup. You talk about how this 3-year player has been coming up, and he has 13.5 sacks. I believe he leads his team in sacks. Now, out of the 63, he has 13.5. So 6 of their success comes from that. He's a speed pass rusher that has not faced the likes of Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown all year. And they've been dominating, dare I say, better pass rushers in the league. Like Chris Jones, even though he plays defensive tackle. Now, as an offensive line as a whole, you got Joshua Hines Allen on the Jaguars. I believe he's an elite pass rusher. They made him look silly. And speed, and we are specialists at taking away the speed rush. If you look at Deion Dawkins' tape all year, they got this beautiful strategy now where they're knocking guys' hands down and they're literally bringing them to their face and they're pancaking them. They're letting them pancake themselves. So Aaron Cromer, shout out to him for just doing a great job with his O-line this year. These tackles have graduated and become premier tackles in the league. Not only are they premier tackles, but they're locked up with the Bills for the next 3 to 4 years. So we don't have to worry about that over here in Buffalo. He's not faced the likes of us, of this type of competition all year long. And most of his sacks come from chip blocks off running backs and slow feet offensive tackles. I literally was watching this tape right before we came on, and I said, dude, he's not doing that versus Bills. Zach Allen, same thing. People are worried about Zach Allen as a pass rusher in the interior. I believe that he's not going to stand a chance versus us. I believe that wholeheartedly. Connor McGovern, Dave Edwards, Osiris Torrance, 0 sacks allowed all year. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when we come for you? You like that?
Yeah.
Get the cops. We like cops out here.
And it's funny, right? And I love that you brought that up, right? And I love that you brought that up because everywhere that you turn your TV on, they talk about how great this Denver O-line is. 63 sacks, a top 12 defensive line of all time, this, that, there. But they're not talking about how great this offensive line is. We only allowed 13 sacks.
We only got one Pro Bowler. We only got Deion Dawkins. But then the Ravens got like 8.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. We just gonna throw that in the water a little bit, right?
Yeah,
So before I give you my matchup, man, hey man, shout out to Tucker Mac, man, for tuning in on Facebook, man. Yo, I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you for the love and support, man. I appreciate you, brother. So now, this is my matchup, right? It's Dalton Kincaid and Patrick Surtain. What you mean? No, Patrick Surtain gonna be on Amari Cooper. No, he not. I'm gonna tell you why. The first half, he gonna be Amari Cooper. What about the second half? It's gonna be different because guess what? This is a tight end game. This is a running back game and a tight end game. This is not a receiver game. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Don't expect much from Amari Cooper and don't expect much from Keon Coleman. Because guess what? Do y'all not know that the Denver Broncos are one of the worst teams when it comes to guard in the middle? They linebackers are not good in coverage. They're good at run stopping, but they're not good in coverage. This is a tight end game. Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox is going to tear that middle up. Hold on. Oh, I forgot. Khalil Shakir. The big dog. Let's be honest. The big dog of the offense outside of Josh Allen and James Cook. Yeah, you feel me? This defense, I bet you, I'm telling you, all our biggest plays is going to come from that middle. They linebackers are not good at coverage. So my matchup, my one-on-one matchup, because by the time the second half start, they're going to have to move Patrick Surtain to guard Dalton Kincaid because he's going to destroy them in the first half. I put money on that. Watch out for that matchup, and it's going to happen throughout the game. Just stay tuned.
I just want to say one thing. When it comes overall to the matchup, because it's something that I not covered. When you rush 5 and you got 11 minus 5, you only got 6 covering. Then you take away Patrick Surtain with whoever he's eliminating from the game because he's that great. He only got 5 dudes covering everybody else. So what 5 guys are they going to have that are so special that are going to go out there and take away James Cook, Ty Johnson, Ray Davis, Khalil Shakir, Mac Hollins? Because Mac Hollins, he's been getting better every single game. So I don't want to hear nothing about Mac Hollins.
And also, too, I would love to add on to that. There's one thing that y'all don't know about. Do y'all not know that that the Denver Broncos are one of the worst teams when it comes to guarding, catching running backs? This team is sorry when it comes to guarding, catching running backs. Guess what we got? Ty Johnson, he had a 100 receiving yard game. We got James Cook, he had a 100 receiving yard game, and then we got Ray Davis, who had an 80 receiving yard game. You don't think Joe Brady gonna take advantage of that? This team is in trouble. And if we could get the reels running early and we execute, like I said, this game will be over in the second quarter. Bottom line. So now, hold on. I think, you know what? Check this out, big dog. What you think about this, HB? I think this is the topic of the week. I don't care about going against Denver, whatever. I think this is the topic of the week, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Is Joe Brady out of Buffalo after this year? Is he out the door? Is he gone? What you think?
Now, I'm going to preface my comments with saying this. A topic that we had over the phone a while back. I know you remember this. Who has more loyalty on this staff? to Sean McDermott, Bobby Babbage, or Joe Brady. And I think we had deferring points to that. I thought Joe Brady would have been out the door because Joe Brady came from a different team. Bobby Babbage came up with Sean McDermott, and he has more loyalties here. Now, Joe Brady, I think he's out the door. I think that after this season, it's really hard to close the door on an offense or on a head coaching gig. If you want to be a head coach in this league and you have 4 other teams offering you an interview, why would you deny that? I'm not going to tell somebody that I work for or that I work with to not go and try to get the promotion. So I would tell them, go get your money and go ahead and try greater pastures. But choose wisely because you don't want to go to the Jets. That's all I'm going to say. Don't go to the Jets. So I think that Joe Brady will be out the door. And I hope that it doesn't distract him down this playoff run because they're going to interview him. It's going to be virtual, so it's not nothing that he has to travel for or anything. But I just hate the timing of it because it's coming at a crucial time where now we have to come in and prepare for these teams. And these are things that you're mentally dealing with while you're in the playoff run. So how are you thinking about winning a Lombardi over here, but then you looking over there and you're distracted? So that's what I hate about it. It's just the timing. So I do think that he's out the door, but then what's next? And we like to hire from within. So I don't think we're going to get anybody from outside. I think we're going to keep what we have here, and we're just going to keep graduating and bring everybody. Maybe the next quarterback's coach will come in and be the offensive coordinator for us. My concern is that's kind of what we did with Ken Dorsey. And then it kind of set us up for a failure by midseason, having us lose to the Broncos last year in Monday Night Football. So that's my only concern.
Okay.
What about you, man? What you got, man?
So I have a whole different perspective from you, right? So in my opinion, I think Joe Brady is going to stay in Buffalo. And I have multiple reasons why. So let's go back to his career. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to college. He was the offensive coordinator for LSU. Do y'all not know who was on LSU? Joe Burrow, Jamari Chase, Justin Jefferson when they won the national championship. If I'm not mistaken, they won it, right? I believe they won the national championship that year, right? As soon as he has a winning culture around him. As soon as he left the NFL, guess what? He went to the Panthers with Cam Newton and Sean McDermott. I believe he came the year of the Super Bowl, or was it the year after? But I know he was around that winning culture.
So he came right after he left the championship. He went to the Panthers. He had Sam Darnold at quarterback. He became
okay. That's on me.
Yeah, and then he ended up getting canned, and then we picked him up to be the quarterback's coach. Thank God that we did, because he had landed over there in Cincy, it'd have been a problem. So I think that we lucked out. I hope that he stays at least one more season until we get the job done. I hope that it becomes a culture here where he's really invested in getting us a ring. But again, I can't envision somebody like Sean McDermott saying, I want you to stay here because I want you to be here. Everybody wants him to be here. Nobody, I mean, even Josh said it. He doesn't want him to go to another team.
But you have to check this out though, right? If I'm not mistaken, I do recall him being on the same coaching staff as Sean McDermott during the playoffs. I do recall that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. You can fact check this. I'm not sure, but I'm quite sure he was. But now with that being said, right? He has a winning coach. He came to Buffalo, right? He came to Buffalo. Guess what? Buffalo gave him an opportunity to really show what he could do in the NFL. Now let's think about this. Why would he leave? I'm gonna bring up a few. He got the Jets to go to. Why would you go to an organization that fire coaches every year or every other year? Let's get that straight. Number 2, you got the Saints. The Saints is not a great team. They don't have a lot of talent. They don't even have a good quarterback, right? The Patriots. Why would he go to the Patriots? There's nothing there except for Drake May. And then only that, Drake May is a project. They don't even have a foundation there, right? Why would he go back to the Panthers? So every team that's open right now are the bottom of the barrel teams. Why would he go from a bottle to barrel team to where he could get fired within a year or two if they don't see progress instead of staying with the Bills to where he have nothing but success? Because guess what? If you, as an offensive coordinator, if you go to any of these teams and you don't have success like you do in Buffalo, that could ruin your career for future coaching. Because, for example, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, he's been there for years. That's why Patrick Mahomes done so good. He haven't left. And guess what? The moment he want to go as a coach, he gonna be the first one hired. Why wouldn't Joe Brady want to do that? Why would you end your coaching career before you even start by going to one of these organizations who can't even get a quarterback, who can't even get an offensive line, who can't even get a foundation down for their team? They don't even have a culture. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's a pick your poison. Would you rather stay here and build a winning culture and build your resume up, or would you rather destroy your resume and go to a losing culture who have higher coaches that got a lot of experience and they couldn't even do nothing? It's your first time coaching on that type of level. So it's pick your poison. In my opinion, I think he's going to stay here for at least another year. At least in my opinion. I don't think he's going nowhere. I think y'all should be excited, and I think y'all should look forward to it. He gonna go to them interviews. He gonna take the interviews on Zoom or whatever. But he's not going nowhere. I could promise you that. That's how I feel. What you got to say about that, HB?
I think that he's invested in getting us a ring. I don't really have any concerns on that level. I just think that down the line you're gonna have distractions, and I wouldn't want him to close the door. I wouldn't want him to close the door on being a head coach. There's a lot of vacancies out there that have significant talent, that have significant draft spots. So I don't think that he has much leverage to be able to leave. So I think that right now he stays for this season. But if something comes along the line, something like the Raiders, I could see him doing something with the Raiders. He's got that pizzazz, got that energy. I could see him doing something there. I could see him pairing up with somebody like Shador. I could see him pairing up with somebody offensive that could really establish something. I know that the Giants are going to stick with Daboll. I see the Jets are looking for somebody, but I hope that they go ahead and have a reunion with Rex Ryan. That would be fun. So I just think, it'd be fun for us because you know how I feel about Rex Ryan, and we'll get to that in the offseason. So I think that he stays. I think that he stays relatively put. But right now, I mean, the concern is the Super Bowl. So I think we'll be fine for now.
I 100% agree. So now, right, let's get to the predictions for the game, right? So I'm gonna cook up first. My predictions for the game, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, right? So when I say I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, meaning I don't think it's gonna be like 30-10, 38-17. I don't think it's gonna be nothing like that. I think it's gonna be. My score prediction is 31-20, right? So the reason why I say that, we're gonna win by 11 points, but the game we're gonna dominate them. The score is not gonna look like what the game is actually gonna turn out to be, right? Because one thing about this Denver defense, we brought up the numbers, we brought up the stats, we brought up the matchups. We are going to neutralize this team on both sides of the field, on offense and defense. This is not a good matchup. That's like us going against the Ravens. We could beat the Ravens, but guess what? It's not a good matchup for us. When it comes to physicality, when it comes to talent-wise, it's not a good matchup. But we could beat them. This team can't beat us. No. I'm gonna just be honest. It's a bad matchup, just like Detroit Lions. We basically playing the Detroit Lions with less talent, and we dominated them. This is pretty much what we're going against. A lesser Detroit Lions. What you got to say about that, big dog? I see you got something to say. What you got to say, big dog?
We can't lose this game.
We're not.
We're not, and we can't. Okay? I just want to say one thing. I saw something a little earlier with Cam Newton when he was talking about how our team doesn't have much experience at the wide receiver position in the playoffs. Okay? Neither did his team when they went to the Super Bowl. He had Philly Brown, a guy that he's no longer in the league, journeyman, that he made look like Khalil Shakir. And he relied on the run game. He relied on himself. Now we have somebody that's resemblant to him that's a better passer of the football, respectfully. So I think that when you have the notion that we can't win games like to this magnitude because we don't have much experience in the playoffs with the wide receiver core. Teach his own. We have Josh Allen. MVP form Josh Allen. Let me be clear. MVP form Josh Allen. In the playoff Josh Allen. We're not going to lose this game. We will not lose this game. We can't lose this game. I think that we handily win. I think that 34-17 is my end score. I think field positioning is going to be something huge in this game, and that's going to be a good reason why we win this game handily. Now, they can bring 5 all they want, but when they start getting hurt, they're going to start bringing 4, and they play a lot of man coverage, and a lot of man coverage means a lot of Josh running, and playoff Josh running in that cold is devastating. So stay tuned for that, because I'm predicting 2 rush touchdowns for Josh Allen, and the rest is coming from the running backs.
And I agree. And also, let me just say this, right?
What's up, man?
Yeah, y'all can bring 5, but do y'all know who the best quarterback at when it comes to neutralizing pass rushers? Josh Allen. Do y'all forget who we have on this team? Josh Allen. Do y'all not know who we have? I don't care if you bring 10 men. He gonna get that ball off. he gonna be able to scramble against 10 people. Hold on. What's your favorite saying? Who want to tackle a man that's 245 pounds, 6'6", pretty much? Who want to tackle him in the cold? That's a car collision. He bigger than everybody on your team.
How you say that's a business decision? That you really don't want to make.
Come on.
That you really don't want to make.
Because trust me, this man running through linemen. That's double his size. It's lineman. Chris Jones don't even want to see Josh Allen. He made that be known.
This dude ain't catching Josh Allen in open space. I can tell you that. He ain't catching him in open space.
He gonna be looking like Von Miller jogging. He gonna stop.
Yeah,
he gonna stop. He gonna just jog.
He'll stop 3 yards in. He'll be like, oh yeah. Feel like Jordan Phillips.
So before we go into the 2-minute warning, man, hey, check it out, man. We have a question, a good question. You know what? And I feel like you're gonna love this question, right? And this question is coming from Mafia Talk, right? On YouTube. He said, Kenny, who is your players of the year? Who is your defense or offense comeback and rookie of the year for the Buffalo Bills? All right, so I'm gonna start this off, right? Our defensive player of the year, Christian Benford. He's overlooked. He shut down anything. He shut down any and every receiver that he guard, regardless if it's man or regardless if it's zone. So my defense is Christian Benford. My offense player of the year, James Cook. I could go Khalil Shakir, but James Cook showed up 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. Who's doing that? He tied. Who was the OJ Simpson record? Come on, bro. He had a history year for the Bills franchise. James Cook is him. And my rookie of the year, I would say Jordan Jason, but he ain't play enough. But I have to go with Keon Coleman. Like, even though he was hurt throughout the season, he came up big. He showed up big. He mossing people. He catching touchdowns. When he needed to show up, Keon Coleman actually shows up. Even though he had a couple of drops, but when it's time that we need him in that that red zone, and that touchdown, he's there. So those are my 3 players on offense, defense, and rookie. What you got for me, big dog?
Hey man, run it down for me because it was a little fast for me. So
my bad.
So no, you're good. Go ahead. Give me one time so I can give you a clear answer.
So who is your defensive player on this team? Who is your defensive player of the year? Who is your offensive player of the year? And who is your rookie of the year when it comes to the Buffalo Bills?
Okay, you know what, man? I gotta give love to Taylor Rapp. I gotta give the defensive player of the year Taylor Rapp. You know why, man? Because our secondary wasn't shit without him. And I can tell you straight up, he was the guy that was holding it down. He spent the summer in the offseason being a captain in the locker room, in the meeting rooms. And when he played, he was a difference maker on plenty of occasions, especially on the first pass of the Chiefs game. So I'm a little biased to that degree. But I think that Taylor Rapp on a secondary wise he's top notch. I could have gave it to Rob Bernard because I already know Christian Benford shut down corner the whole 9, but they didn't really throw to him all that much because he didn't have much to give. He didn't have much to give over there, so they weren't throwing it to him that much. So I think that where it's impacted, I think that Taylor Rapp played his ass off this year, and he should get that respect. So Rob Bernard being hurt down and back, but he set the tone. He sets the tone at linebacker.
Agree.
Another guy that set the tone, that's tied for second is Dorian Williams. If you were to tell me you want to tell me something about most improved, Dorian Williams went from being the guy that people were concerned about to now he was leading the team in tackles. And he shouldn't have been sat. And I said that he shouldn't have been sat to Milano because he was on fire and he's a difference maker, especially versus the run. Because he comes down with a hat and he comes with physicality. And that's something that we don't have is gap integrity when we're defending the run. And that's something that we need coming down the line versus teams like the Ravens, coming versus teams like the Chiefs, if the Chiefs were making that far, or Jay Herbert when the Chargers. Because I already know the Texans about to get slapped. So that's all that we're about to get down to that in a minute. So I think let me not get off track. Taylor Rapp, I will give him the defensive player on our squad. What's the next one? Offense or was it rookie?
Offense.
Are we? I mean, is it too much to say Josh Allen?
Oh, not at all. Speak your truth, big dog.
Because the guy, he had single digit turnovers all year. He had 12 touchdowns. He rushing, 28 passing. Like, what is there to say? What else is there to say? Everybody else benefited off of him. James
Great
Cook.
point.
James Cook, okay. James Cook benefited off of Josh Allen. But James Cook also benefited off that offensive line. Okay? Josh Allen did it by himself. Josh Allen made everybody get open. Josh Allen made the checks in order to get people open. As the season progressed, he started to get better with audibling at the line and stuff we were calling out at the beginning of the season. And right now, he's playing at a level where there's no reason why you can't call him the offensive player of this team. The system runs by him. He is the system. What else was left on that list? Was it just
rookie? Who's your rookie of this team? Rookie of the year on this team.
Ooh, rookie of the year on this team. I mean, there's Keon, but dude, I gotta give it to Ray Davis.
Oh, Jay Mafia said the same thing. Okay.
Ray Davis, I can't see the comments, so whatever he says, I mean, I'm glad that we're coinciding, man. Because Ray Davis, he started one game, and he made himself felt. Every run that he was running, he ran physical. And if it's 122 guy that ran with physicality playing for the Bills, was definitely Fred Jackson. And he gave me that. He's a shorter, stockier version of a guy that runs with his head just down one cut and just downhill. And you're gonna feel him.
Little comparison.
You remind me of C.J. Anderson. He didn't play for us, but he was number 22, and he was felt every single time he ran that ball. So that's the rookie that I would get for offense.
All right, so I have one more answer. Joey Hatch was like Russo on defense, Ty Johnson on offense, and Bishop rookie of the year. I can't say Bishop because he didn't play enough. Ty Johnson, he had a few games where he showed up, and Russo, that's a good argument, big dog. I can't lie. Joey has Russo is a good argument. But now, hold on, it's time to get cooking. So we're gonna run to the 2-minute warning. You feel me? So 2-minute warning, man. We're gonna break down the game. Well, we ain't gonna break them down, but we're gonna give you our picks for the week, right? So I'm gonna start cooking with this. I'm gonna start this off, right? Games of the week: Chargers versus Texans. Good game. I have the Chargers winning because the Texans are very hurt on offense. They really don't have no offensive power due to both of their receivers being hurt, Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. They got Joe Mixon, they got CJ Stroud, but CJ Stroud he's not playing to the capacity that we thought he would based off his rookie year. So I have the Chargers actually winning this game. Ravens versus Steelers. I think this is going to be the game of the week. Everybody says it's going to be the Eagles and Packers. No. And I'm going to tell you why when I get there. I actually have it's going to be a good game because guess what? The Steelers almost beat the Ravens even with their number one receiver. Even with their number one receiver, they still must beat them. I actually have the Ravens pulling it off by 3 points. I think this game going to be very close, but guess what? The Ravens going to have to come to Buffalo afterwards, and they're going to be very hurt. So we're going to get into that next week when the time comes. Bills versus Broncos. Y'all know what's up. I'm not being biased. It's not much to be scared of this team. I have the Bills winning. Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. My upset of the week. I have the Green Bay Packers defeating the Philadelphia Eagles in a wild card. So that's my upset of the week. Commanders versus Buccaneers. I think it's a good game. Yes, the Commanders are young. The Buccaneers are very good. They are one of the top scoring teams. They are very efficient. But I feel like the Buccaneers don't have enough firepower for the Commanders. So I actually have the Commanders beating the Buccaneers. And Vikings versus Rams. I have the Rams putting BTA to the Vikings. What's BTA? I have the Rams putting belt to ass. I have the Rams destroying the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings. It's not even going to be a game. Second half, this game going to be over. Minnesota is very overrated. So, Sam Darnold, he having an anomaly year. He been exposed last week. His confidence is down, so is his team. I have the Rams taking this home. What you got for me, HB?
All right, man. So I'm gonna just come down to it, man. No huddle. Chargers, Texans, Chargers, beat down. Next, we got Ravens, Steelers. Steelers are gonna lump them up pretty good. Come give us whatever's left next week. Let's see. We got Broncos, Bills. The Bills, no contest. This is over before it started. Okay. The Packers and the Eagles, Buster Douglas game. All right, because y'all want to talk about the Eagles. They should have let Saquon break the record, and it's a shame because the Packers gonna send their ass home. Okay, that's on me. The Commanders and the Bucks. You know, man, this is an interesting game because Jaden Daniels, man, he's a problem. He gonna make this a game, but the Bucks got something to say about that, man. They playing at home. They got Baker Mayfield. They got the crowd behind them. They still think they're a contender. I got the Bucks in this game. Good story. Good story. Come back next year with a little bit more depth. Okay, that's on me with the Commanders. The Vikings and the Rams. Okay, now I think you're smoking something, dude. I think that they're gonna win this game. I think the Vikings gonna come in. They're gonna win at least one game in these playoffs. They got to win at least one game in these playoffs. The Rams have been relying on Matt Stafford to get hot, and this Brian Flores defense is no joke. So I think that the Vikings come back in the playoffs. They win one game, and then we'll see about next week in the matchup next week.
You know what? I love that me and you disagree on two games: the Buccaneers and the Commanders, and the Vikings and Rams. But you know what? We're gonna watch them games together.
Oh yeah,
and we gonna come on the show next week, and we're gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah,
because I see some upsets going on, B. I got 3 upsets.
Oh
this
yeah,
week.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
and let us beat the Broncos, man, because Shay over there in Club Shay, he had a special little get up when they went and won the game versus the Chiefs, and they went to lock on to the playoffs. I got a little something for that. So you stay tuned next week and let us take care of business in Denver. I don't want to hear him saying play or off either. I don't want to hear none of that because they won and done it. He should know it by now. The way we know Bo Nick's the truth, but he's the truth in Denver. Yeah, he ain't never met the Reaper before. So we gonna be good.
Hey man. Now with that being said, man, this is the end of episode 5 of Bills United podcast. For one, man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. Hey man, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank you to everybody. Joey Hatch, J Mafia, man, Tuka. If I'm missing out Adrian, man, if I'm missing out anybody, hey man, it's no disrespect. We had a long show. We had a few comments there, so I'm sorry about that. But hey, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, brother. What you got to say, HB?
Nah, man, I'm forever grateful to everybody that subscribed, people that have supported us from day in, day out. Boy Jelani at work, real since day one when it comes to support. Adrian, thank you for tuning in. I know he was on us about getting on, so I gotta shout him out on that. I love what we're doing here. And I want us to continue to grow so we can help others grow. We want to establish something here. So thank you for helping us establish something. And we're going to keep on coming. This is just the beginning. So we're going to keep getting better as the time goes. So thank you for helping us grow. And thank you for growing with us.
Hey, man, now with that being said, man, this is the end of episode, man, 5 of Bills United podcast, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Hey, listen, man, hold on. We got a surprise for y'all for this weekend. But we ain't going to let y'all know. We got a surprise for y'all the weekend, man. Stay tuned, man. Stay in touch with us, man. Y'all gonna see it on our social media. We gonna promote it, and y'all gonna see it this weekend, man. With that being said, hey, man, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe, and we see y'all very soon. Keyword, very soon. God bless y'all, man. Be safe.
Right.
Bills United out, big dog.
Sir.